As we know, Australians are finding it very difficult to find a place to rent. Your kids, your grandkids are finding a very difficult time because they're competing against more people than ever before for fewer homes than ever before. Now, in part, that's because we are not building enough houses. We know that there's been a whole series of building companies that have collapsed in the past couple of years. But remember, the greatest Prime Minister of all time was going to fix all of that by now.
We have an incentive for states and territories to meet their own targets, to meet our national target of 1.2 million homes between now and 2030, and we're getting on with it.
Oh, we're getting on with it. The only problem is they're not. You see, today, the Australian Bureau of Statistics, thank goodness for them, the best thing any government does, which is to give us the data, which then we form our opinions, it showed about the number of brand new homes that are being approved to be built. The numbers are going backwards. In fact, while 9,338 new homes are about to be built, approved in the month of August, that is ever so slightly kind of the same as last month, you can see that when it comes to things that aren't houses, like, say, unit blocks that may well be available to rent, townhouses, villas, granny flats, all of that is down by 16.5% year on year. Now, I point this out to you because there's an obvious consequence, right? In fact, if you actually have a look here at this graph, you can see that Australia is nowhere near building the amount of homes or approving the amount of homes that, say, under the previous government peaked at in March of 2021, where it was 22,800 homes. By January 23, that had fallen to 12,205. And as we speak tonight, the numbers for August have come out as we start October, and it is 13,991. Now, this matters because, firstly, we don't have enough houses for all of the people who are currently here, let alone all of the people that this government has brought into the country. Now, again, I'm terrible at maths. I did maths in space in my year 12, and even then I failed it. I went to one of those schools where basically they knew we couldn't add up, so they just taught us probability because they know we'd probably end up as degenerate gamblers. But I can still work these numbers out. The last 2 years of data that we have for net migration is that 964,000 people have come to the country. However, the total number of new dwellings that have been approved, be it houses or units, is only 273,687. So not even a third of the extra people that have come into the country are being serviced by new dwellings, meaning that the line for rental queues gets longer, the line for a home to buy gets longer. The federal government gets to pat itself on the back because we've got a budget surplus, but you are competing with more people than ever before to have a roof over your head. But nothing to see here. We've got a plan. Well, the plan isn't working.